Okay, we're back. What we've done so far, we've clear coated these and put the base coat on them. They've come out really nice. And we did the same thing on the black shrouds that are sitting over there drying. So what I'm doing now is I'm starting to work on the electrical. I like to keep everything internal to the light, so the way I like to do it is this little circuit board on the side. Yeah, ignore my finger. I just set myself on fire, so there's a little bit of blood and everything on there. The circuit board right here is what I like to use. I know on the forum I listed that there's a red or a blue, a black, and a yellow wire that come out of the plug. That's this right here, if you can see on the back. So there's your black with a white stripe, your blue, and your yellow. When it comes in through the plug and actually comes into the inside of this, it changes color, and what you end up getting is this blue and black wire. And then on the circuit board you end up getting a black wire along with a green and white striped wire. So what I did was I unbolted the circuit board, and then I stripped back some of the wire coating protectant, and then I'll take a lighter and I'll break into this and I'll connect the 12-volt resistors to it. On this light over here, I've already done it. So that's the 12-volt resistor stuck in the corner with some 3mm tape, ran it across to the bottom of the circuit board over here, and then I tied into the circuit board on the back side of it. And I don't cut anything. I use a lighter and I just melt the wire and pull back enough to where I can solder a good piece onto it. And then once I'm soldered, I'll go ahead and remount everything to the light. I'll walk it over to the front of the car, I'll plug it into the car, I'll test it out, make sure it works with the halo, and then I seal them up. A couple other ways you can do this. On the back side of the light, if you didn't want to run it off your parking lights, there's a couple of rubber grommets inside here that you're able to punch through and run the wires out of. One of the rubber grommets is right here, where that goes in. Those wires run in right here through this hole. You can run them through the actual light fixture itself. You can poke a hole inside of this, and if you do something like that, you want to seal it up with some silicone. You got a rubber diaphragm right here where you can use one of the existing holes or poke your new one. If you do a new one, go ahead and seal that up with some silicone. You can run some leads out. The reason for doing it like that is you're not going to wire them to your parking light. You can wire them to a switch inside the cab of the car. You're going to need a ground, and then you're going to need to run your positive wire to a positive somewhere on the car, the fuse box, and then run that positive to your switch. Then run it back to your light. Flipping the switch, you can turn them on anytime you want. If you're going to do that, I recommend you use a switch that's got an LED built into the switch, so you know when your halos are on and when they're not on. It's not that big of a draw on the battery. You probably run them for a couple of days before you had any damage to your battery. Other than that, I'm going to strip this out and I'm going to connect it and then put it back on and test it. I'll do another video shoot to show you what it looks like. Thanks.